this? Look, you get to see the camera and they get to meet you. Oh, she's camera shy. She knows. I love you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something that I'm pretty excited to do. It's top coating, and I feel like I get a lot of questions about top coating. Side note, what do you think of this angle? Let me know, because I'm kind of proud of it. I did have to clean some things because, you know, your girl's kind of messy. But back to the top coat. I do get a lot of questions about top coat, so I thought I would do a whole dedicated video, especially since the last video, go watch it, we made a few pieces that needed to be top coated. So I figured, I don't know, I really like this thing that I'm like accidentally doing where we kind of follow a piece through its entire creation. And I think that that's really cool for whoever like does buy it, gets to see like its whole journey into existence. I'm really excited to be top coating them. There are certain pieces like my mirror pieces where I sand them and then do a top coat. This is not, I'm not going to be sanding in this video, but I will show you guys that sometime if you want to see it. Let me know if you want to see that or not. It's basically this same process, just for sanding. So we did not sand these. I just went in and did a top coat because the mold that I made these in is not shiny. So I had to do a top coat on them because the piece comes out just a little bit matte. And you can leave it that way if you totally want to. But I just am a perfectionist and I like it to have a glossy top coat. So without further ado, let's get into this tutorial that I filmed yesterday for you guys. Okay, so jumping straight into this, I guess. I grabbed tinfoil here because I was out of plastic wrap. I do prefer plastic wrap because it clings to each other and kind of makes, you know, seamless edges. Whereas here, I kind of have to tape these together. And as you might see at the end, it's still, the resin still kind of seeped through. So I do recommend plastic wrap over tinfoil, but however you want to do it, just cover your desk because it's going to get really messy. So this stuff is the tape I use. It's the frog tape for delicate surfaces. I tape this all around the very edge of the piece. I try to get as close to the edge as I can because you are putting like a layer of resin over it, over the whole piece, so it does kind of leave a line. So I like to have as teeny tiny of a line as I can possibly get. So get as close as you can to the edge with your tape and then you should be fine. You'll see later in the video, but the reason that we tape the edges is because we want the resin that you pour on top of the piece to kind of drip down and off the sides instead of over the back side. Because if you don't put something like the tape on the sides, then the resin is going to drip underneath and kind of like wrap around underneath, and it's gonna harden in like droplets under your piece. And yes, you can probably tell that I have learnt this from experience. It sucked. So definitely do something to the sides so that it drips off and not underneath. Also, I know that there are probably a bunch of different kinds of frog tape, but I chose this one because it's for delicate surfaces and I didn't want it to leave any sticky residue on my piece. So, you know, you can kind of choose whichever frog tape you want to use. I know there was one a lot like this one, but it didn't say for delicate surfaces. So you can kind of like research it for yourself and for your own needs. But I chose this one just because I didn't want it to damage the piece. And now we're going to speed through something. You're probably going to see a million times on my channel. We are just taking the resin and hardener into 2 separate cups, mixing them into 1 cup for like 3 minutes, pour it into another cup, mix for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then your resin should be good to go onto whatever you're doing. So once your resin is all mixed up, you can go in and just pour it right on top. I like to pour it directly in the center and kind of swirl it around. You can see like what I'm doing there. I do like to make, you know, a circle in the middle of resin and then take a popsicle stick and spread it around. Something I do want to note is that I live in an old building, so if you also live in an old building where the floors might not be completely level, your resin might drip all the way to one side and you might have like blank spots. So kind of think about that if you live in an old building, and if you don't live in an old building, then you don't have to think about it, so good for you. I apologize for the sassy voiceover. But yeah, you can just kind of take your popsicle stick and spread it around. So you do want the resin to drip off the sides. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of guiding it to the sides so that it drips off and makes a nice rounded glaze. And then you can take your torch and pop any bubbles. Doing top coats and, you know, taking care of the bubbles is really important, because if you don't, it's gonna be texture if you don't get rid of the bubbles. So, but it's such a thin layer of resin on top of there that it's pretty easy to just pop them really quick. So I wanted to give you guys like a cool angle to see the drip drops, you know, dripping off the side of the tape so that you can, you know exactly what I'm doing. I also had some leftover resin, so I just kind of poured it right on top of the pieces so that it didn't get wasted. And then the most vital piece to doing a top coat is to take a tote or something to protect it and put it over your pieces, because this is wet resin. So we definitely need to put something over it, because I have had dust and hairs land on top and it's not fun. So once you've let your resin cure for 24 hours like normal, you can take the totes off and take the tape off and see the sparkly new top coat. It's a lot of fun. Oh, something else I'm doing here is I like to save the cups. I don't know if anyone just throws them away, but I like to pop the cups off and then save them and reuse them. Also, ball up the tin foil and throw it away. But the resin did, I think you'll see it in a second, but the resin did kind of seep through the tin foil. Yeah, there it goes. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Welcome back to current me, or whatever, live me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. How was the tutorial? Was it informative? I hope it was. Let me know in the comments. So now we're going to get into these pieces. I'm so excited. So all of these we made on camera, so I thought it was really cool. I know I said this in the intro, but I think it's cool to like follow a piece through its whole creation journey. Anyway, so the way that you guys saw that I put tape all around the sides so that the resin drips off So all we're going to do now, by the way, it's 24 hours later. I don't know if I said that. Just the same basic amount of time that resin takes to cure. So I'm just going to rip a little part of it, and then you can just start like peeling it off carefully. Do 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 do. Whoop. Yay. So this piece we made when I showed you guys just like basic resin and alcohol ink tutorials, but this piece is so pretty. It's just an explosion to me. It's just like a pastel stunning explosion. I love it so much. By the way, I painted my nails so you guys don't have to look at my gross nails anymore. Yay! Actually, you know what I might try to do is overlap clips of the before and after kind of thing so that you guys can see the difference. I'm really excited. This is just going, actually, you know what I could make this into? A clock. I have clock parts in my drawer. Another segue into my next video. You guys, I just feel like I keep getting ideas for videos. I have a video idea for later this week. It involves my hand. Can anybody guess what it is? I'm so excited to try it out. I'm not gonna tell you yet. And then we also had this rose piece. I mean, it's so shiny that you can basically see yourself in the reflection right there. That's how shiny it is. So we're just going to get the hair out of my mouth first, and then start ripping a little piece, or like right into the tape, and then carefully peeling the tape off the edge. If you guys watched the video where we made this, you might remember how like these clear parts, you can't see through them that well because the piece is a little bit matte and I'm a little bit blurry. There we go. But with the top coat, you can see like literally straight through it with no... Here, let me hold it straight up to you. Oh my god, look how clear that is. That's through the resin. Isn't that kind of crazy that it can still focus on me through the resin? Yeah. By the way, this resin is amazing. I know that I'm a brand ambassador for it, and I'm like, you guys might think that I'm supposed to say these things. This resin is amazing. It's the CounterCultureDIY casting resin. I use it for literally everything, like the casting part and the top coat. It just comes out so beautiful. But if you want to try out the CounterCultureDIY resin, the link is in my description. I almost said my bio because I'm used to Instagram. But yeah, it's gonna be down below in the description. Anyway, let's get into this next piece because you know I love me a beautiful purple anemone. So that's this piece. We're going to do the same thing. I love this piece just because, well, not just because, but I love how the gold like outlines the flower. It almost just, it gives it that extra pop, you know? So beautiful. I love this piece. And the last piece, drum roll, because we all know that this was one of my favorites in the video where we made these. So we're going to peel it off. The top coat it just like completes the piece perfectly. It makes everything so pretty. Like it lets you see that really special like little detailing, especially around the edges. I love like small parts of a piece to be able to see through because I like to see like how crystal clear a piece is. I don't know, that's just me though. I know that some people like the whole piece to be full of color or whatever, but just look how shiny that is. This piece makes me really excited. I love this so much. So that is how I top coat all of my pieces that need to be top coated. As I said in the intro, I think, some pieces do require a little bit of sanding first, but it's still the same basic, you know, steps and tutorials. So if you do want to see me sand something and then top coat it, let me know in the comments and I can totally do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped you learn how to top coat if that's something that you were looking to do. Yeah, let me know if you top coat something and if it works out for you. Oh my god, you guys, I need to like tell you how much I love it when you guys message me or tag me in pictures of pieces that you've made and say like, you know, thanks for the inspiration, Artsy Madwoman. That stuff just makes my heart sing. I honestly 100%, I love it so much, and it makes me really happy that you guys are watching my videos and then being inspired enough to go and make your own piece using my tutorial or just being inspired by it. And I don't know, that stuff means a lot to me. So thank you so much for you guys who are, oh my god, you know what we should do? Oh my god, I just literally thought of something like this second. What if, because I've seen other YouTubers like do, you know, subscriber of the day or of the video or whatever, and like kind of do a shout out for somebody. What if you guys tagged me in your inspo pictures or pictures where, you know, you've tried something I've showed you how to make, and then I pick one every video and show it to you guys and tag them and give them like a little shout out. Is that cool? Is that dumb? Let me know. But I think it's cool. So if you like it, then we're so gonna do it because that kind of makes me excited. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.